never gives up. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe is there!
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose? To defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare, G.I. Joe.
Good morning, everyone. Mac here, and welcome back to the show. What we have this morning for you is this G.I. Joe Classified Series Destro, another member of Cobra. We took a look at two members of the Joe team. We took a look at Storm Shadow the last time. Today we're taking a look at Destro. And speaking of Storm Shadow, before we go any further, don't forget to go to my Twitter, find that photo of Storm Shadow, and enter for a chance to win your own boxed Amazon exclusive Arctic Missions Storm Shadow. I had an extra. Instead of returning it, I decided to give it away. Mistake on my end is your fortune. So go to Twitter, find that photo, enter for a chance to win. Now with that out of the way, let's get to this. Destro is one of the big ones in Cobra. Later he would branch away and start his own gig, but while he is in this mode, he is all in with Cobra. He was their arms dealer, he was their supplier. He was supposed to be sort of like an independent contractor, but eventually he just went all in with Cobra Commander. Now on this box, this is a basic standard box. You see we have the same window cutout, G.I. Joe Classified, art on the side, that familiar that familiar collage on the back. These symbols, don't really know what they mean, but look at this. This image of Destro down here is beautiful. Like, I really love how they really made his high collar into the Cobra cow. That looks fantastic. Let's bring it up a little bit closer so you can take a look at it. The artwork on this is just fantastic. As a matter of fact, on Hasbro Pulse webpage, they even had an interview with the artist who designed these images for this box. And this is some fantastic artwork. I think out of all the ones we looked at so far, this one, as far as the unique artwork goes, is my favorite. Unfortunately, this is the only unique artwork because, as I keep harping, this is the same photo on the back of the box no matter what figure we get. We don't even get like a little write-up on them. I know I keep harping on that every time. That really bothers me. So, with our standard packaging out of the way, let's open this up and we will take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series Destro. Alright friends, here he is, Destro out of the box, and let me just start off by saying that I know I've had some issues with the G.I. Joe Classified Series, but I have to say that this figure, Destro, this is one that they got absolutely right. Out of all of the 6-inch figures, other than maybe Snake Eyes, I feel like this one mimics and pays homage to its original 1983 vintage figure so perfectly that this is absolutely a scaled up version of that vintage figure. They've updated it, but they've kept it classic. The look, the style, everything about him, even down to the red leg holster that his vintage figure had. The only thing he doesn't have, there's two things that he doesn't have that the vintage figure had. On this wrist, there should be like grenades of some kind strapped to this wrist bracer while he has the rockets on this side. And second, the thing that, this is a personal thing, so don't take this as a major criticism. This is definitely a personal issue. That while his dome, his mask, is very shiny, I really would have liked to have seen this in like an old classic vac metal style. Because, I mean, look at this. The face sculpt on it, let's see if I can get a, there we go. The face sculpt on him is fantastic. That's a masterpiece right there. I really like that. How they have the extra etching, the lines on the top of his mask, the collar around it that seals it in. Even these lines here in the cheeks, but also keeping these sharp angled facial features, really making Destro stand out. That I don't know if they would have put this in vac metal, if it would have looked better, or if you would have lost some of that detail, but I really hope that at some point maybe we get a version of Destro with a vac metal helmet or a vac metal headpiece. But other than that, everything about this figure, let's get this focused back in. Everything about this figure is just fantastic. I love the look of him. I love this updated look where they sort of made his outfit body armor, as you can see, like around the shoulders, these chest areas here, his boots. He even has some armor padding across the back. It's very Destro. It's very much what this figure should have been. His necklace, I don't know if you can see that. His necklace is also loose. It's not molded on there. I like that. You cannot, even though this is rubber, this is loose rubber right here, his belt and his holster, you cannot take this belt and holster off. There's no clasps to get this belt off and then slide it down his leg. The only thing you could try to do is pull the waist apart, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to break this figure. Just another minor thing is that I would have liked if the rockets would have been pivoted down on his wrist a little more instead of riding across the top. But those are personal. Those are personal issues. Those are not a true critique of this figure, because this figure is fantastic. So, with that out of the way, now that I'm done gushing, let's get to the articulation, and this will go really fast because it's basically the same thing that we've seen in pretty much every G.I. Joe classified figure, that his head is on a ball joint, can do a full 360, a little bit forward, a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit of side to side, arms come out to the sides, shoulders, full rotation. He does have a butterfly shoulder. Some Joes do, some Joes don't. He does have a bit of a butterfly hinge in there. Double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, no pivot on this one. Ab crunch, waist twist, legs all the way out to the front, not so much to the back, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot cut, ankle pivot, and rock, side to side. So there we go. That's Destro. Like I said, pretty much all of the same articulation that you get with any of the G.I. Joe classified. I cannot stop gushing about this guy. He was one of my favorites in the vintage line for Cobra. Even when I didn't understand that he was just an arms dealer, for me, he was always second in command to the commander until Serpentor came around, but that's a completely different story. So, something else that I keep forgetting to mention, and I love that they do a really good job, especially when you're looking up front. I mean, obviously you're going to see hinges here, you're going to see hinges in the chest, but like the knees and the backs of the elbows, they do a really good job of hiding a lot of this articulation with the body mold, with the armor. And I think that's really good too. And I know they do that a lot with Star Wars Black Series. Sometimes with Marvel Legends, but sometimes it is what it is, and you can't get away with it with Marvel Legends because sometimes the bodysuit is just a bodysuit. But I really like what they were doing with G.I. Joe Classified. Both of his hands are trigger grip hands, as you can see. He doesn't come with any extra heads or any extra hands. But you could probably swap hands out with Snake Eyes or anybody with a black style hand. Now, as far as his accessories go, he comes with a few. He comes with this briefcase, which is a throwback to the vintage figure. Just a black briefcase, Cobra symbol on one side, Cobra symbol on the other side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not painted in red. And the case does open. You flip these little clips, and you have a little laptop computer in there, a little screen, the Cobra symbol, and up top you have what I'm assuming is supposed to be money. Because let's face it, Destro is all about money. And before anybody asks, no, I am not getting Profit Director Destro. That thing is just ridiculous. But I like this. I like the little bit of detail work in there. Let me see if I can focus in on that. I like the look of it inside. And I like the look of it closed, too. It's a very clean, very neat accessory. He comes with 2 guns. And going back to what I said with the first Snake Eyes that I opened up, They are very Fortnite. Now, the original Destro didn't come with a pistol. Well, he did come with a pistol, but it wasn't this pistol. It was a German pistol. I think it was a Luger. I can't remember. It was a very unique pistol. A semi-auto, long barrel, scope, had a clip up front. Oh man, I wish I could remember what it was. It's very iconic to the character. It was very unique even for G.I. Joe. He was the only one that carried it. Unfortunately, this figure does not come with it. He gets this, which this, once again, is very, very Fortnite to me. This is just something that they made up. Although I do have to admit that if they make a Tomax and Zaymot 2-pack and we get the Crimson Twins, this will probably be the weapon that they come with, because this looks like the fake gun that Tomax and Zaymot came with in their original 3.5-inch line. So if they ever make the Crimson Twins, we got their weapon for them. And then we have this golden gun here, which is, you know, shades of whenever he starts the Mars military, the Iron Grenadiers. Now, like a lot of the Joes, he can carry his gear with him. He has this holster on the side. It's a tight fit, but his pistol will fit down in there. But that's about it. He carries the briefcase, obviously, but there is no place to put his submachine gun. I don't know what you'd call it. It's not a rifle, probably a submachine gun, something like an Uzi or a MAC-10. But there's no place to store it on him. He has to carry it with him. But he does kind of look good holding it. I have to give him that. It does look good in his hand, and you can always justify it by just saying this is something that Mars, his company, came up with. The golden pistol, it looks good, but it doesn't quite fit in his hand because his trigger finger is a little too big to be fitting inside the trigger guard of the pistol. All in all here, I think Destro is a great figure, and if you're like me and you're not getting the entire collection, and you're sort of picking and choosing which figures you want based off of how they look and what's even available in your area, I definitely recommend tracking Destro down. This is a great figure. If you had the vintage figure, you won't be disappointed in this. Two things. If anybody watching this knows of any third-party company that makes real-world accessories for 6-inch figures like G.I. Joe Classified here, like real-world weapons, basically, that I can re-outfit some of these guys with more contemporary style weaponry, let me know in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter, DM me, do something, because I want to find some quality third-party accessories for these guys, for all of the figures actually, especially Roadblock, and you'll see why when we get to Roadblock, because I want to outfit them with just real-world accessories. Second, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, find the photo of Storm Shadow, enter for your chance to win. Other than that, I can't gush enough about this guy. He's probably my favorite figure so far. Very, very tight race between him and Snake Eyes. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this look at Destro. I think he's a great figure. I think if you find him, you won't be disappointed in him. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe!